Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft channel and welcome to a Tuesday craft day. Well, today I'm going to be working on a wreath, a bubble wreath, for those of you bubble lovers out there. And this wreath is not Christmas and it's not spring because we have to do something between Christmas and spring. Some wreaths I will be able to detach the sign if it's a particular Christmas sign and leave it up. But a lot of the wreaths are really basically Christmas and they will need to come down after Christmas. So I need to get a couple. I think I'll probably need about 3 what I'm going to call winter wreaths, okay? So it's just a wreath that can be used between Christmas and the time we start working on our pretty new spring wreaths. And I picked up some materials at Craft Outlet to make 2 of them. And so today I'm going to be making the bubble wreath. And the bubble wreath is going to use this black and white striped mesh. And let me give you the number for those of you who like getting these numbers. The item number is RE1016E7. RE1016E7. This is a 21-inch roll, 10 yards long. It will take this whole roll to make the bubble. I'm going to be using a 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. So that's what I usually use for my bubble wreaths, and it works out fine. So let's see, what else is new? I'm going to be making out my schedule shortly, and we're going to be doing a few things other than wreath making in the coming weeks until it's time to start looking at spring wreaths. Although, let me show you this color. I picked up this color. Isn't this pretty? I hope it shows up good. And why I only bought one of them, I don't know. And these 2 ribbons at Craft Outlet. They are so pretty, and they're going to really be pretty, I think, working with those for spring. They're almost like an orange, but not real orange. So we'll see about that. My other winter wreath is going to use this mesh. These are 10-inch rolls, and it's going to be a ruffle wreath. And I have, if I put it out here, a big snowman sign, which I think is going to go on the ruffle wreath. I'll try it on the bubble, but I think it might be too big for the bubble. And that'll make it a nice one. The ruffle wreaths are big, and so that one will I will use for the front door because I have a long driveway, so I want to make sure you can see it from the street. Past the car and the 2 golf carts. But other than that, anyway. So let me take you down to the counter, and we're going to get busy making a winter black and white striped bubble wreath. Back in just a second. All right, here we are. Let me just get rid of this tag. I'm using one of the Dollar Tree silver frames this time. China must have run out of green wire. That's what I said the last time. Anyway, and here's our bubble. And we're going to start with a zip tie to get it situated. I'm going to gather the end. Unfortunately, I work backwards to the camera because my mesh roller is on the right hand side, which is the direction I will be working. Okay, I'm going to go around the middle 2 here. Get this tight. Once I get it on the right way. Push this to the back. And push this to the back. All right, now I'm going to get my ends underneath. My open ends are underneath. See here? Okay. I'm going to make 10-inch bubbles. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12. Okay, so I'm going to just do 10 inches right here on this black and white. And come back. I have half pipe cleaners here. I'm going around the middle 2 wires. And I'm going to push it down with my thumb and twist it. Okay? Around the middle 2. Push it down with my thumb. Pull it up as close as I can get to the one I just did. And twist it in the back. And I'm going to twist these 2 together. Fan out the bubbles. Okay, onwards and upwards. Around the middle 2. And see, I have beige pipe cleaners, and it really doesn't make any difference what color they are because they don't show from the front. And I'm going to put 6 in the first section. Now this is 10 yards, 360 inches. And if I make 6 in each one of these sections, that is 3,600 inches, 360 inches. That is what the 10 yards are, 360 inches. There you go, Donna. So 6 times 6 is 36. They're all 10 inches long. So I should be able to get 6 in each one and have just enough mesh. But as this gets fuller, I won't be able to get 6 in each one. This is pretty full mesh. It's nice. And now I'm going to go back and do these 2 together. Every so often, that's all. Not all the time. And it just helps to keep them close. And 5, isn't that pretty? That's a really pretty bubble. I just love using like striped or variegated mesh for these. They really make a pretty statement. Okay, so this is the last one for this section. Down through the middle 2. Oh, lost one. Push it against the frame with your thumb so that it holds it tight, makes it easier to twist it. This mesh is quite stiff. Okay, on to the next section. Down through. I'm twisting those together because they're on opposite sides of one of those crossbars. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. This mesh stands up nicely. The mesh is too soft. I tend to just fall over. But the secret is you got to get them up close to the next one before it. I'm pulling this up towards the one I just did. See? Pulling this up towards the one I just did, holding it with my thumb and giving it a twist. Now, it's not going to stay up there right now because I have too much slack left in this particular section. But as I begin to fill it up, it will. Oh, how's everybody doing with their Christmas plans? What's everybody have for Christmas dinner? We have prime rib. Whoops, I'm sorry. I can see it. I don't know why you can't. We will have prime rib. That's my go-to for Christmas. Not sure if we'll have mashed potato or baked potato. My favorite is baked potato, but with a nice prime rib, mashed potato is probably good. There's some good beef gravy to go over it. Goodness, let's stop talking about this. Making me hungry. I picked one up the other day. Well, I say it's prime rib. We call it prime rib. It's not prime rib. We don't have prime beef. It's choice. It's called, actually, a standing rib roast. And one of our local grocery stores, I live in Florida, and I think they're up in the Georgia and Carolinas also, Publix. Had them last week. I tried to pull that through the wrong direction. Get the end of this. There we are. Had them last week for $5.99 a pound, which is pretty good savings off the regular price. And what have I got here now? Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in this section. So I should put 2 more. I don't know that I can get 2 more. It may be just 1 more. And I think that's all it's going to be. So you see, as you work this, it has less and less area to get these bubbles into. Not getting that piece out. There it comes. There it comes. There we go. So now I'm going on to section number 3. I'm liking this. I'm going to make sure my ends, see my open ends are still underneath. middle two, push it up against that bar, and I'm going to mix it and twist it with the one next to it, because one's on one side of the bar, one's on the other. This one's going to slide. That's all right, it'll tighten in there. Just make sure when you measure from the previous pipe cleaner or the pipe cleaner you just tightened. These are really pretty bubbles. This is a nice stiff mesh. Oh my goodness. Boy, you guys in the Northeast, including my son, who lives in Massachusetts, I think you're expecting to get a nor'easter. Been through a few of those in my lifetime. In fact, we had one that was called, I'm sure some of you out there will remember it, the Blizzard of 78. Isn't that beautiful? Look how nice and firm that is. So with the Blizzard of 78 in Massachusetts, and we lost power for, I would say, almost a week. And the plows couldn't even clear the roads. They got just about to my house, and they could get as far as the fire hydrant out front, but they couldn't go any further because the snow was so heavy and so wet, they had no place to go. But we had a little pot-bellied stove. Of course, we were all electric, which didn't help. But we had a little pot-bellied stove in the basement that was there when we moved into this house. And I'm not sure we'd ever used it before. But we brought our lounge chairs, beach chairs, and whatever down. We had built a wall, so there was a separate area. And we put chairs and stuff around there and put a blanket up in the little doorway because it didn't have a door. Okay, I'm going to the next section now. I've done 3 sections. And we started burning stuff in that pot-bellied stove. But of course we didn't have a supply of wood because we didn't have anything need really to burn. So I think we were burning anything we could find in the house that was made out of wood. I think we got down to a coat rack, and that was the last thing that we had to burn before the power came back on. But you know, I cooked pots of soup on the top of that little stove, and because we camped, so I had non-electric, like a coffee percolator and things like that, so it worked out fine. Okay, I have 3 sections to go, and I'm going to continue around. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to get back to you when I get close to the end. Back in a bit. Alright, I'm down to the last bubble, and I'm going to pull this off the roll. See if I can get the staple out, because I'm usually barefoot, so I certainly don't want it down there somewhere for me to step on. Okay, so I'm going to make my last bubble, I think. It gets kind of hard when you get down here towards the end because you just don't have any place to put your hands. I can get one more in there, I think. And I have just about enough for one more. It's kind of curly, but I think I can do it. Now this one is kind of hard because I have that tail there that I started with. It's kind of in the way, but we'll get it. Push that down with my thumb. And here's my leftover. So what I'm going to do with that is just get it down through this frame somehow here. Take a zip tie. Zip tie it to the frame. I think I'll go this way. And I'll trim this off. Look at that, huh? Is that beautiful? Look at that. It's so stiff and puffy. Now I'm thinking about a ribbon. Let me be right back. I got to get a couple of choices. Okay, I have this one, or I have this one. This is a very soft, I don't think it would hold up well. But what I want to do is I want to make something that's just um, small. I don't want, I mean, I like a nice long tail, okay? Then I'm just going to do probably 2 and 2. And I hope Santa Claus brings me new scissors. But I wreck them faster than you could get them. So let me pull this down. Zip tie around it. Down around the back. Piece of wire in. These don't really need lots of bow, but a little something looks nice. Now, do you know what I just did? I just tore good Lord, I just cut this wire off. And I don't think I can get it through there, because I tightened that puppy down pretty good. But I tell you what we'll do. We'll just wrap it around it. But that was probably pretty dumb on my part. Oh well, like you say, there's never mistakes you can't work out. See, I cut one of them off and I didn't cut the other one off, so now I'll just cut that one off. And we'll use this. And I'm just going to go down. Find the frame. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. I'm going to try to move that down, but I don't like it there. There we go. And I will cut that in a minute. Just a little something something. Let me see. I think you can see it. All right, I'm going to take it up and put it on the door. We'll see what it looks like. Back in a second. There you go. Isn't that pretty? What a nice little winter wreath that is. That'll probably go out on my lamp post. I love it. And I like that little bow on it. Those bubbles are really nice. They're nice and stiff. That made a good bubble wreath. All right. Now one winter wreath down, back in a minute. So there you go. And here I am, again without my glasses. They're downstairs. You can see the wreath over here on the door. Looks really pretty. So that's what I will put out on the lamppost after Christmas. I have a little half hat, a half snowman hat. And I might try that on there, but it has the red holly and berries, which is a little Christmassy. It's not necessarily Christmas, but we'll see. We'll see. I like that bow right now. The only thing is that out on the lamppost, it will take the weather. So although we're in the dry season, we do get some showers when cold fronts come through. So I'd rather not have something that's going to get droopy-eared when it rains. Now the bubble won't. The bubble will look just as good. Won't bother it at all. So that's why I like that one for out on the lamppost. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I know there's a lot of you out there that like watching bubble wreaths. And they are fun to make, and they're really not that hard. I've seen a lot of them. If you've made one and you'd like to share it, why don't you jump over and join us on my Facebook page, my Facebook crafting page. And I'll put the link down in the description. And that's where a lot of people, you get some great inspiration. A lot of people have shared their creations over there. And I tell you what, there's a lot of talented people out there. And those who think they didn't have any talent have made some beautiful, beautiful pieces. So I hope you will enjoy it. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, share it if you'd like. And if you're new here, I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe. I'd love to have my subscribers. I try to keep up with them as much as possible. And I will make sure I answer your comments if you leave them as soon as I can. So far, so good. So far, I'm getting to them all. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you Friday. I'm not sure yet what we'll be doing, but we'll find something. See you then. Until then, I want you to play by the rules. Wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, and everybody play nice now. Thanks for stopping by. See you Friday. Love you. Bye-bye.